Hi, I'm Mrs. S from Steps to Success Maths. In this video, I'm going to walk through how to answer exam-style questions on the percentage of amounts. We're going to start with some easy exam questions and go right through to the more difficult ones. Make sure you pause the video so you can try the question first, and then we'll go through it together step by step. Work out 50% of 600. Now the important thing to remember is that your original amount, 600, is your 100%. So if I know 600 is 100% and I want to work out 50%, I just need to halve it or divide it by 2. 600 divided by 2 is 300. So the answer is £300. Work out 80% of 30. So my 100% is 30. Now let's find 10%. So to get from 100% to 10%, we're going to divide by 10. 30 divided by 10 is 3. Now I want 80%. I've got 10%, so I need to times that by 8. 3 times 8 is 24. So my answer is 24. Work out 35% of 150. So again, step 1, 100% is 150. Then build to something you know. So let's work out 10%. Remember, it's dividing by 10. 150 divided by 10 is 15. So 10% is 15. Now I could work out 30%. So I'll need to times by 3. 15 times 3 is 45. Now where am I going to get this 5%? Well, remember, I knew that 10% was 15 and 5% is just half of that, or divide by 2. So 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. Okay, so I've got 30% over here and 5% here. And if I add my two answers together, I'm going to get 35%. We have to build up the answer. 45 plus 7.5. It's going to give me 5. Put the decimal point in. 5 add 7 is 12. 2 down, carry the 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. 52.5. A bag of flour contains 400 grams. A special offer bag contains 15% extra. Work out how much flour is in the special offer bag. So 100% is 400. Now let's do 10%. So that's divide by 10, so 40. Now we want 5%. So start from our 10%, divide it by 2 to get 5%. 40 divided by 2 is 20. To get 15%, we're going to need to add 10% and 5% together. So 40 plus 20 is 60. And remember, it wants to know how much flour is in the special offer bag. So that's going to be 400 plus the extra 60, 460. Work out 352% of 110. Okay, so this one seems much trickier, but we're going to build it up step by step. So start with 100%, that's 110. Now if I wanted to get 300%, what would I have to do? Well, I'd need to times it by 3. So 110 times 3 is 330. So that gets me 300%. Now how can I get 50%? So start from 100% is 110, halve it to get 50%. So that's going to be 55. And now I've got to get this 2%. So let's start with 100% again and find 1%. So to get from 100% to 1%, we'd need to divide it by 100. So divide 110 by 100. That's 1.1. Doesn't matter that it's a decimal. Now we've got 1%, we can double it to find 2%. so that's 2.2. Now we've got 300%, 50% and 2%. Let's add those together. Line them up really carefully. 330, 55 and 2.2. 2, put the decimal point in. 5 add 2 is 7. 3 add 5 is 8. And we've still got the 3. 387.2. Laura buys a sofa for £640. She pays a deposit of 15% and the rest in 8 equal monthly instalments. How much does Laura pay each month? Okay, so start by finding your 15%. So 100% is 640. Let's find 10%. So we're going to need to divide by 10. So that's 64. Now we know 10%, we can find 5%. So we need to halve our 10%. So half of 64 is 32. Now to get 15%, we can add 10% and 5% together. 64 plus 32 is 96. Okay, so that was the deposit. Well, let's take that off the cost of the sofa. 640 take away 96. I'm going to do it like this, and so I can borrow. So 0 take away 6 I can't do because 0 is smaller than 6. So I'm going to borrow from the 4 and leave 3. 10 take away 6 is 4. 3 take away 9 I can't do because 3 is smaller than 9. So I'm going to borrow from the 6, leaving 5, carry the 1. 13 take away 9 is 4, and 5 take away nothing is 5. So I've got £544 still left to pay. And the question said in 8 equal monthly instalments. So I'm going to need to divide it by 8. I'm going to use a bus stop. 544 inside and 8 outside. 8 doesn't go into 5, so 0 down and carry the 5. 8 into 54 goes as far as 48, which is 6 times with 6 left over. And 8 into 64 goes 8. So she needs to pay £68 each month. A school is having a disco. The school has 600 students. 40% of the students go to the disco. 70% of the students at the disco buy a snack pack. Work out how many students bought a snack pack. Okay, so step by step. 600 students is our 100%, and 40% of them go to the disco. So let's work out 10%. So that will be divide by 10, so 60. And then we need to times by 4 to get 40%. So that's 240. So 240 students go to the disco. Then it says 70% of the students at the disco buy a snack pack. So our new 100%, the amount we're working with, is what we've just worked out, which is 240. So start with 10%. So that's 24. And then times it by 7 to get 70%. 24 times 7 is quite tricky, so I'm going to work it out over here. 24 times 7. So that's 140 and 28. So 168. So my final answer is 168. There are adults and children at a theatre. There are 96 children at the theatre. 80% of the people at the theatre are adults. Work out the total of number of people at the theatre. Okay, so remember the whole thing is 100%. All the people at the theatre is 100%. We know that 80% are adults, so the rest must be children. So that must be 20%. And we know there are 96 children. So 20% is worth 96. So we're kind of working backwards here. So let's find 10%. we've got 20%, so if we halve it, we're going to get 10%. So half of 96 is 48. And we want to know the total people at the theatre, so we want to know what 100% is. So now we can just times our 10% by 10. 48 times 10, 480. 480 people at the theatre. So you can practice more of these questions. I've linked a free worksheet with worked solutions in the comments below. Keep building confidence with your number topics by watching the number playlist.